Welcome to another episode of the Movie Brothers. I'm Ant. This is Kev. Thank you guys for joining us once again. Kev, can you believe it's the end of the year, man?
Can't believe it. It has flown by.
Oh my gosh, it's insane. I got my greens cooking right now for Thanksgiving dinner.
He does.
And
I can smell them downstairs.
I really do. But man, what an amazing year. So thankful for the show. So thankful for you guys tuning in. You know, Kev, we've been getting the question, man. People will ask, like, "Hey, do I have to be black to be a movie brother or sister?" We've been getting that question. The answer is absolutely not. Okay. Now, maybe being black might help you a little bit.
Might help you to understand us a little bit easier,
but no, absolutely not.
You can be honorary.
You can be any ethnicity, race, whatever, to be a movie brother, movie sister. You just need to be down with us.
Right.
You down with us.
You down with us and you down with movies, then we embrace you. Come on in.
That's what it is, okay? Today, we are reviewing the film Chi-Raq, rated R. Dramedy? Something like that.
Yeah.
2 hours, 7 minutes. This is a Spike Lee joint, a modern remake of the Greek play Lysistrata. Mm-hmm. And then basically the premise of this is you have war going on, okay? Lots of killing going on.
In the streets of Chicago.
In the streets of Chicago. And all of the women are fed up, they're tired, and they say, you know what? No peace, no puss. Kev, can I say puss?
No, you cannot. Let's just leave it to what they put on the poster.
So no peace, no peace.
There you go.
How's that? Is that better?
That's a lot better.
Okay, all right.
That's a lot better. This movie was directed by Spike Lee. You know, we all know him. We all love or hate him. He's a very divisive figure in the world of cinema. Mm-hmm. The film stars Nick Cannon, Teyonah Parris, Samuel L. Jackson, Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett comes back strong in this.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
And John Cusack.
Yes.
Okay. What do you say we jump straight in?
Please, sir.
All right. Now, Ant calls me the professor, so I'm gonna put my professorial hat on right now, okay, and just dive in. All right. Satire. All right. The dictionary defines satire as the use of humor, exaggeration, or ridicule in order to expose or criticize humanity's stupidity or vices. Okay, it was famously used by the Anglo-Irish writer Jonathan Swift in A Modest Proposal in order to basically, you know, expose the abuses of the English against the Irish during the 16th century. All right, I know I'm going back, you know, way back. Bear with me.
How old are you? About 150? You about 150 years old. Gotta be.
Just settle down.
Okay.
Ant. Settle down.
Okay.
You might
All
learn
right.
something.
All right.
All right.
Jeez.
All right. And in this, basically, the English were basically putting a boot heel to the Irish. Okay. And so Jonathan Swift came in and he wrote, you know what? In order to deal with this Irish problem, okay, this Irish Catholic problem by the English Protestants, we should eat their children, okay, when they're babies. Okay, because they make good eating when they're babies. Mm-hmm. We should eat their children, and that way we can pay them for that month, for that food that will give them a source of income, get them off the streets, do all this great things for the Irish folks.
We still talking about Chi-Raq, right?
We still talking about Chi-Raq.
Okay,
Give me
right.
a minute.
Okay.
We're gonna get there. Okay.
All right.
So I'm trying to educate you on what satire is. So the bottom line is, you propose something that is so completely outlandish and outrageous that it couldn't possibly be taken seriously, but it shines a negative light on those who are perpetrating the atrocities, in this case the English. What Spike Lee does is he adapts Lysistrata, which is a Greek play, into something that resembles what's going on the streets of Chicago right now.
Yeah.
Okay? Which is the dying of black males by the boatloads in gang-related violence. And so the women have decided, hey, this is ridiculous. So their modest proposal is to withhold the nookie. Okay, close the cookie jar.
Close the cookie jar, yes,
Close
sir.
the cookie jar, and until you get to a point to where you decide you want to basically, you know, adopt a position of truce, of peace. Okay,
yes, that's correct.
So the bottom line is that you know, it was a very ambitious undertaking by Spike's on Spike's part. Does it work? Not entirely.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kev. You guys, maybe you've seen our review of The Sweet Blood of Jesus. If you haven't, I will say it just as full disclosure. I am a huge Spike Lee fan.
He is.
Love him to death.
He does.
But we do keep it real on this show, and
We
I gotta
do.
be honest. And Spike Lee missed the mark on this one.
Right.
And something didn't smell right when I heard the premise of what the film was going to be about and how he was going at it.
Right.
And unfortunately, I was right about that. Where do I start, Kev? First of all, let me say this. Conceptually, it absolutely makes sense, right? The premise of this, recreating this Greek play, right? All of the war, all of the killing going on in Chicago, and all of the women in the city to say, you know what, no more nookie until we stop the killing.
Right.
Totally makes sense. But Spike, you cannot address all of America's problems in one film. He didn't stay on that topic, Kev. We talked about healthcare to gun control to raising your kid. I mean, he was all over the place, and not only was he doing that, you got the message getting smashed over the head time and time again. Man, give us some more credit as film goers, movie lovers.
Right.
We got a little, we a little bit. You don't have to beat us over the head with it.
Right.
It was way over the top.
Right.
Way over the top. The acting, and maybe you feel differently, Kev. It was hit and miss for me, all right? And we'll get more into that, but in particular, the way I'm doing, like, why am I doing that? You got Samuel Jackson in this film. You got Wesley Snipes in this film. I love both of these brothers, but they were basically like caricatures. I did not like neither one of those guys in this film. It really sucked for me. I don't know what's going on with Samuel Jackson here as of late with these characters that he portrays. It's just, they don't work for me. You got a whole sermon being preached in the film by John Cusack. Way too much. We got problems. We got problems.
I understand where Anthony's coming from in terms of the acting. I thought the acting, with the exception of Wesley Snipes and Sam Jackson, was actually pretty solid. Okay, I thought that Nick Cannon does his best work ever. Teyonah Parris, I really love her in everything that she does. But
she was serviceable. In your words, she was
I'm
serviceable.
not gonna say serviceable, okay? Because I thought she was better than serviceable.
Okay.
I thought she did a pretty good job. But the bottom line is that Wesley Snipes. Oh my gosh, he pretty much plays a clown in this.
He does.
I don't like to see him as a clown.
I don't like to see Wesley Snipes as a clown.
Sam Jackson plays Sam Jackson. He does what Sam Jackson does in everything, it seems like these days. All right, and so you've seen it before. It's an act that he perpetrates over and over and over again, and it sort of wears thin in this particular movie. He's like his job is to basically narrate for us.
Yes.
And as a result, he's not given a whole lot to do to stretch himself. And it kind of falls flat a little bit.
Yeah. What do we mean about when we talk about Snipes and what we know? Look, the Snipes we know: Passenger 57, Murder at 1600, Blade. That's our Snipes.
Yeah.
You don't get that Snipes in this film, and we don't like it. Okay.
Instead, you get a giggling kind of clownish,
buffoonery, stupid.
And that's just not who he is.
It was whack. That's not Snipes.
Yeah.
Oh, New Jack City. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, New Jack City.
That's the Snipes we know.
Right.
This film is so reminiscent of a lot of Spike Lee's previous work. And I don't know if that's by design or what, but that didn't work either.
Yeah.
It's reminiscent of Do the Right Thing, Jungle Fever, School Days.
School Days
especially School Days on many different levels. I won't give spoilers, so I can't go there. You'll see it for yourself if you decide to see the film. Bamboozle, which is one of my favorite films.
Yeah, he ain't lying.
One of my favorite. I love Bamboozle. And so obviously I didn't get why that was happening. It's like, dude, you've covered some of these topics and things in other of your previous works, which some of which I happen to absolutely love. Why dig that up? Why
Right.
bring that into Chi-Raq? Was it? I didn't think it was necessary. Kid.
Well, and the thing is that if you're going to bring these issues up again, just kind of gloss over them, or we don't need a sledgehammer. At some point,
Message.
You can put the sledgehammer down and just talk to us, or give us what we need to learn instead of beating us over the head with it. A lot of Spike Lee's message in this film is so repetitive. We hear it over and over and over again in this film that after a while it loses its impact.
No doubt.
Okay. One thing I did like about the film was the rhyming verse. I mean, it really basically it uses the source material, Lysistrata, the Greek play, and it tries to replicate that to a certain degree by giving every character speaks in a rhyming verse type of pattern. The only thing is that they tend to drop it from time to time.
That's where you got bit in the booty, because everybody was not as skilled in rhyming their lines or their verses as others.
Right.
And so for the actors that were very good at it, it was tight.
Right.
It was really dope. But for the others that not so much, then it comes off whack.
Angela Bassett, awesome.
Yes.
She may be the best thing about this film.
She was great.
Okay, she was outstanding in this movie. Nick Cannon, believe it or not, I felt did an excellent job in this film.
Nick was good.
Okay.
Nick was very good, and I was not expecting anything from Nick Cannon, because I'm thinking, America's Got Talent. How is he playing a thug? Y'all, he did a really good job.
Not only does he play a thug, but he comes across as he has to play a thug who is a rapper on top of that.
Yes.
And Nick shows he's got some skills.
And he was rhyming his ass off in this film. Make no mistake about it. I call it like I see
it. He did an outstanding job.
He was bringing the bars in this film, so I was very impressed with Nick Cannon. Thank you for bringing that brother up. The thing with this film, like I said, it's all over the place. When Chi-Raq is good, it's really good. Right? Some of the lines and the scenes and things like that. When it's bad, it's really, really bad. And it's more bad than good. And that's what just...
the film dies on the vine after Act 1, okay? And there's a scene that comes about very, very quickly after Act 1 completes itself, in which, it's a very Doctor Strangelove type of spoof that involves, some of our main characters and a very racist character, and it just fails. It's not funny, okay? It lasts for way too long. Okay, takes up way too much of our time. Okay, and it basically derails the whole movie. Okay, and sometimes when something like this happens, it's very hard to get back into it. And I know a lot of people that I spoke to after our screening felt the same way. They just could not get back into it after that particular scene. And a similar thing happened to me as well. Okay. So
I feel you on that, Kev. Can we throw some points on this, sir?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, I'll go first. Hey, look, congratulations to Spike Lee on his honorary Oscar.
Right.
Man, I love you.
Thumbs up.
I think you're one of the best in the business. You're a talented director. Nothing made me more proud than seeing you accept your award from Wesley Snipes, Denzel Washington, and Samuel L. Jackson, to have you present that. Man, super tight.
I mean, he's done so much for the progression of African American filmmakers, in this industry. I mean, there's so much that he is responsible for. He opened the doors in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. So all of that to say, man, much respect. You're doing your job. Now me and Kev got to do our job.
Right.
And we bring nothing but the real and the real. I can't go with you on this film, Spike. I got to tell my people, do the right thing. And don't go see Chi-Raq.
Did you really just say do the right thing?
Yes, I did. This film gets a 5 out of 10 from me.
Yeah.
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Kev?
Streamlining is necessary. Sometimes, Spike goes down a road that has been well traveled by him, and we hear the same thing over and over again. And as a result, we want something new. We want something fresh. The main point of this film was to deal with Lysistrata and her movement to withhold sex for a very strong particular reason. And we get away from that, and the next thing you know, we're on guys riding cannons and stuff like that. So the film is ambitious but flawed. based on the ambition alone, I'll give this movie a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm not the biggest, I'm critical of a lot of Spike Lee's work.
Oh, we know you're critical.
But I understand that he is greatness. He has a very significant place in the industry and in what he does. But I have to give this movie a 6 out of 10.
All right, you got a 5 from me. You got a 6 from Kev. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Man, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, a wonderful holiday.
Right.
Again, we are thankful for you tuning into the show. This is why we do it. You're
Without
why
you,
we do
there's no us.
That's why we do the show in the first place, okay? Be sure to check us out on Instagram, The Movie Brothers, okay?
Right. Or you can follow us on Twitter at The Movie Brothers.
That's right. And subscribe to this show if you have not done so already.
Subscribe.
I'm Ant. This is Kev. This is the place. The one and only place, make no mistake, where we bring you nothing but the real on the real. Hey!